Good afternoon, all. Thanks, Ernest. I'm Billy Milligan. I am Vice Chair of the Digital Transformation Special Interest Group, and I'm also, for my sins, Honorary Secretary of the Institute as well. So I wear many caps, but today it's a Digital Transformation cap. The Digital Transformation, so I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to share presentations. I'm going to share the notes that I put together for this meeting. To just zoom in on them. These notes, this OneNote sheet will be made available after the presentation. We'll get Ernest to send it out, so you've got basically just a reference of all the things I spoke about over the next couple of minutes. The Digital Transformation Special Interest Group, we can see from my minutes and my meetings, started December 2018 down in London. There was, I think it was only about 5 or 6 of us at the time. We're now boasting over 50 members and represented by some of the major automation houses, big pharma's there as well, water industry and utility companies, academia, oil and gas super majors, and also we do actually have some members from other institutes as well come to the special interest group meetings. Initially, so I'll go through the vision statement, mission statement, and goal. Like I said, you'll have these notes at the end of it, so you can use them for reference. But basically, we're trying to enable I'm sure your email inbox has been exactly the same as mine over the past, well, probably 5 or 6 years now, at least, talking about digital transformation and how that can impact your business, lead to new revenue streams and all that good stuff. But what the Digital Transformation Special Interest Group for the Institute vision statement is to realise the full potential of digital transformation. How are we going to do that? By digitally transforming our systems and devices within measurement control processes and environments, enabling new insights for the membership towards knowledgeable actions, thereby increasing growth and productivity. And how do we do that? Well, the primary vehicle for doing that just now is we have been producing over the past year a series of guidelines, and we've broken the guidelines down into a series of into a number of themes. We've got the assets theme, the people theme, processes, and technology theme. Now the technology has changed since then to successful outcomes or successful adoption, and also on this, and we'll go through them in a minute, but there's the tables of contents for each of I didn't put the entire books in there, but I have put the table of contents for each of the themes in there, so you can see the things that we're talking about, and I will go through each one of them in a wee minute, just so you can understand the things that we're discussing, the things we're trying to develop, guidelines, guidance notes, either from case studies, people's own experience, by using these tools and techniques, with the view, as it said in the mission statement, to enable the membership to either learn from other people's mistakes and experiences, or indeed just passing that knowledge on. Like I said, the way we do that primarily just now has been developing these guidance notes. We have been meeting regularly, and the other activities is to maintain impartial advice on behalf of the Institute. One of the things that I'm going to skip down to, just because we just heard about it, is about the liaison with other InstMC SIGs. So as you can imagine, with digital transformation, there is a huge amount of synergy, and I hate myself for using those types of words, but there's a huge amount of synergy between the stuff that the Digital Transformation Special Interest Group is doing and also what the cybersecurity and digital transformation SIGs are doing. We will impact on each other. When we're talking about things like ISA 95 models and what applies to what level in that model, we're using graphics and stuff that was that you'll also see in some of the cybersecurity documents. But impartial advice, using that word, well, some of the members I've been absolutely amazed at some of the input from some members of the team. Some of them really are world class, world leading in their knowledge of digital transformation in this group. And if if I was to say one benefit, or well, two benefits. First of all, is the networking with the thought leaders in digital transformation and being in this special interest group. So networking one, and then the second one is learning from some of these ninjas, as I call them, in the group. So networking is one thing. The second part is learning from them, learning what they're doing, learning the direction that they're going, and being able to take advantage of that. Really moving on to the next bit, it's prepare papers and presentations for publication. So that's what we're going to see in the next part of this. In this section, is we're just going to go through the contents of the publications, but also we're helping out the local sections. So don't know if Martin maybe said this at the beginning. Special interest groups are not in any way, shape or form trying to take over from local sections. They are just something else that you can be a part of. Obviously, you're a part of your local section, or individual members are parts of local sections, but you can absolutely also align yourself with a special interest group. And the way we do that is Morris done a presentation first to the ICME, but also to the kind of wider institute membership on what digital transformation is, and how we as an institute and we as individual members can benefit from it. Moving on to the table of contents so that other people can get an opportunity to speak. Table of contents. So there's an overarching theme. There's an overarching theme document that tells you all about digital transformation and goes into some high level thoughts and concepts. And this is an introduction to the guidance notes. So how we're structuring these different papers. And then it talks in very high terms about industrial Internet of Things, IoT infrastructure, how it aligns with cybersecurity, how it aligns with different devices. But then jumping into the actual theme notes, so this is now where we're starting to go deep into certain aspects of digital transformation. There is digital transformation for assets. So we'll go through assets first. Overview is pretty much the same. If you think of the 5 documents, the 4 themes documents and theme 0 document as all having the kind of same, front page, overview, head and vision statement, goal. We go through that sort of stuff first, then straight into the good stuff. Digital transformation of assets from a systems engineering perspective, all about health management and how you can use digital transformation either on health management, performance optimization, and the kind of thoughts and concepts behind that. And some of the information that I'm part of the assets team, and so I can tell you just now some of the information that you'll see in chapter 2 is very thought provoking, especially if you are a original equipment manufacturer or you've got multi-million-pound assets deployed in critical applications. That is, that's a worthwhile read. Edge devices, the gateway, data ingestion. So how talking about the hardware, different protocols, different database schema that you need to use for the different types of information, for time series data, for frequency domain data, for if you're doing visual analytics and things like that. So we talk about there data analytics, all the differences between data analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and how you use these different tools and techniques for different types of data sets to get different types of outcomes. And then data visualization, how best to visualize the data that you have been acquiring on your asset, whether it be time series, etc. Some of the, and I've made a note here, I need to say that some of the guidance notes are a bit further along than others. And we've got some, when we look at the processes or the process theme, introduction to the process lifecycle, the effective use of instrumentation in digital transformation, process control systems, real-time control systems, instrument-based control systems, multi-variable-based control systems. So, like I said, some of them aren't quite as far on as other ones, but with a view that we are a team and we'll be going back and if the asset team finish first, we'll then go back and get to work on some of the other themes. People's quite far along and looking at more how digital transformation affects the individual user of the process, the asset, the technology, and how best to use it. Opportunities and challenges in the human realm, skills, education, training. Obviously, with an aging workforce, with new people joining the workforce, how can we leverage digital transformation to get them working quicker and better? And how to make, again, probably back to training, but how to get people ready for digital transformation or get them off and running quicker. Successful adoption was the technology piece, but has now changed to successful adoption. What we're trying to tell, so this is really, don't say that's a cool technology, how can I apply it? Start with a problem. How can you define your problem, and then how you can use digital transformation to solve that particular problem, rather than, oh, that's a cool technology, how can I use it? Going into way more depth on that particular problem. Where are you starting from in terms of the technology? What is your capacity and appetite for change? Change management and digital transformation is absolutely massive. Obviously, I don't know the demographics of the members that are on the call today, but I find that the older the workforce I'm working with, especially in terms of digital transformation, sometimes it's a lot harder to change their ideas and concepts, or their belief in the concepts, to adopt these new technologies. So that's explained in a good way during that chapter. So that's been a very brief overview of things that we have been working on. I mentioned that some of these themes and guidance notes are good to go and going through the kind of branding process just now. So you'll be able to see them. Well, you'll be able to see when they're released on the Institute website. So, like I said, the membership is pretty spectacular. There is some real ninjas in the team, and thoroughly encourage, if it's something that your organisation or you are personally interested in, to come and join a special interest group. Once we've finished the themes, we'll be moving on to new activities. However, these documents, because of the nature of digital transformation and how quickly the technology is changing, these are live documents. These will be getting updated regularly, so we'll be looking for help, first of all, reviewing and also updating and maintaining these documents. So thank you very much for listening.